Hi guys, it's Kayla. I am back with another video. Today is a long-awaited meal prep. I've gotten so many messages saying you guys want another meal prep, and lately, I'm not even gonna lie, I have been lazy with my meal preps. So I wanted to show you some easy meals that honestly anyone can do. The first meal is going to be a chili. If you guys want to know the full recipes, I'll make sure to leave them in the description box below. That way you can easily screenshot it before going to the grocery store. First, before we make the chili, I am going to be making a dry chili seasoning mix that you can use whenever you want. And this isn't specifically for chili. You can use this as your taco seasoning. You can use it to flavor chicken, whatever you want to use it for, feel free to use it. I use it for chili just because it's easy and I don't have to buy the packets. I'm starting off with some chili powder. Then we have cayenne pepper, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and cumin. Add some salt. The secret ingredient is about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm telling you guys, if you remember eating cinnamon rolls with chili, it kind of is that concept, so it just is perfect. I'm actually using the Cosari pressure cooker. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'll leave all the information down below. They were nice enough to send it to me, so I wanted to give it a try. And the reason why I wanted to do this with chili, because I usually cook chili in a slow cooker, and it's so annoying having to brown the ground beef first before adding it into the slow cooker. So with a pressure cooker, you can do literally all the steps in one, so it just made my life so much easier. I need all the easy I can get. Usually I'd use the 90% lean ground beef and 10% fat and add my own oil in because I like using avocado oil, but this is all that I had at the time, so I just used what I had and it worked perfectly. I'm cooking this off and I'm adding a big spoonful of garlic. I'm obsessed with garlic, so you can add as much or as little as you'd like. And once it's cooked completely, I'm adding in the veggies. I'm using 1 whole green bell pepper and half of a medium onion. Both of these are chopped. Once all that is combined, you are going to add about 2 tablespoons of your seasoning that you made earlier. Once you add the seasoning, make sure you combine it, and then we are going to be using 1 can of chopped tomatoes. Now I normally use a can of tomato sauce, but I wanted to actually see how it would be using water in place of the tomato sauce because I wanted it to be as low carb as possible, because I do know people here are on a strict keto diet. I'm not as strict as I used to be because I am close to my goal, but I do want to have good keto meals that are great on macros for you guys. And honestly, adding the can of water, I couldn't even tell that I didn't add the can of tomato sauce. So I think I'm gonna start doing that more often anyway, because if I can cut out some carbs without even realizing it, I'm gonna do it. Another secret ingredient is black soybeans. I promise you, you won't be able to tell that you don't have black beans in this chili, but it will still have a hearty feeling. I can't have my chili without beans, so I'm so happy that I found a replacement that has 1 net carb per serving. This is around the time that I added a 1/3 tablespoon of the chili seasoning. Now for this recipe, I actually only used half the amount of salt that they recommended, and I wish I would have used the full amount, but I ended up just adding salt into the final product while I was cooking. So you can do that if you want, but I'd highly advise to use, I believe it was a full tablespoon. I only used half because I got lazy with grinding it. I know. And I actually had some trouble with my pressure cooker. I'm not sure if I just didn't know how to use it, but it was acting up. I had to keep unplugging it and plugging it back. I don't know if that was me not knowing how to use it or the actual product. I ended up using the chili setting, which had it cook, I believe, for 20 to 30 minutes, and it came out perfectly. So it turned out completely fine. I just had to unplug it and plug it back in a couple of times. So I think that was an error in my inability to figure out electronics, apparently. Or is that even an electronic? Appliance. That's an appliance. Yeah. So once your chili is cooled slightly, I put it in containers, and I'm actually using glass containers for chili because chili and the oil gets seeped into the plastic. So that's just a little tip for you guys. Don't make the same mistake that I make all the time. Get some glass containers for your chili. And I am just going to be adding a serving of cheese. This chili I was actually going to eat after I filmed, so that's why that one already has some cheese in it. Yeah. Next, moving on to our salads. I'm really trying to have a salad a day, which means I make sure to try to meal prep salads so that way I'm kind of forced to eat them. So for me, sometimes I don't feel like a salad, so I actually have two different types of salads that I'm going to be eating this week. The first one will be the traditional cold salad. So for this salad, we're gonna go ahead and start with the chicken, since that's gonna take the longest to cook. I just have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now you can always have the bone in, skin on. That is great for extra flavor, extra fat. But for me, I'm too lazy to deal with all that, so I just get the boneless, skinless. It's cheap, easy, and readily available for me. I'm just seasoning this with, my seasonings of choice. I have some garlic powder, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper. You can use any seasonings that you have on deck. Anything will work for this salad. And I'm just placing this in a 375-degree oven for 15 minutes to start, and then I'm gonna flip it and then cook it for an additional 15 minutes. Once that's cooled, I just put that in a separate container. I like to assemble my salads when I actually eat it, so that is why I'm not actually cutting up all the ingredients and putting it in the salad. I feel like that helps it taste better, and it preserves the freshness of the greens a lot longer if you do that. With the spring mix, that will have all the toppings on it. I have some cucumbers, I have tomatoes, avocados, some cheese crisps. These ones are the Parmesan. I also boiled some eggs for the salads, as well as just a grab and go snack or just the start of a breakfast. The cooked chicken that you saw earlier. And bacon bits. You can't have a salad without bacon bits. And my dressing of choice for this one was the Marie's Chipotle ranch. It actually is not my favorite, so if you guys have any suggestions for ranches, I just can't get it right. All the ranches that I've been buying lately I have not been liking, so please help your girl out. Let me know your favorites in the comments down below. So for the second salad, it's not really a salad, it's kind of like a saute. I have spinach, and this is a quick way to make sure you have something easy to throw in the skillet. I'm actually just cooking this up with about a tablespoon of butter and a little bit of garlic, and then I'm adding my spinach in, wilting that down, and then adding my seasonings of choice. I just kept it simple with some salt and pepper. Once that's finished sauteing, I added the chicken into it and kind of just mixed it up just to warm up the chicken since I did take it out from the fridge. I usually alternate between these three sauces. Today I was actually feeling like barbecue sauce, and this barbecue sauce is actually a little bit higher in carbs, but I actually do not like the sugar-free ones that I've tried, and I'm not willing to sacrifice flavor over carbs, so I just allot the grams of carbs in there, and I usually only use half of a serving, so I believe it's only 3 grams of carbs for the barbecue sauce that I'm using. Also, if you guys know any good barbecue sauces, you know what to do. Leave them down below because I really need it. But honestly, I just been making this work. Sometimes if I want a little bit of spice, I add Sriracha or some hot sauce, and that is a simple, quick, easy meal. If you want a little bit more fat in this meal, since it is kind of low in fat because there's only a tablespoon, you can add some avocado. You can also add cheese to this. I load up on the cheese for the chili, you know what I mean? So I make sure to get my fat in there. So this saute, I gotta be a little skimpy on my fat, you know what I mean? And there you have it, 3 simple, easy meals that you can use whenever you want. I hope you guys liked this meal prep. If you guys do like this video and want me to make more of them, you know what to do. Give that thumbs up. Comment what you want me to try to recreate and make more low carb friendly. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Call me a big daddy, won't you, big daddy? It's the girl who you playing with, and after you back it up to stop, what, shuffle it out.